Guys, welcome back to another video. Today's video is Hi. And yeah, on today's video we're gonna be we're gonna be doing some story. I'm gonna be just writing some Roblox stories of crash planes. Now the first one is well, that was extremely close. This jumbo jet Qantas. Someone just treated the plane. Okay, never mind. But you know a bit of the interior. It's respawned. Okay, yeah, so now we're going to... Are you kidding me? Why do I keep crashing? That's it. I'm teleported to... Flower Sea Airport, I think, so... Time to take off. Time for takeoff. It's dark out and I can't see. It's mid. And the quant is A34440. It's pouring fast through the open skies. It takes a turn. It gets
too low, terrain, 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 too.
And two, they've passed the airport.
Bank angle.
They tried to grab again until suddenly one of the right engines on the jumbo jet has immediately exploded.
Rate. Pull up. Sync rate. Too low. Terrain. 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 too low, terrain 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 too
This is Lucas Airport, a very enclosed place. And a brave yak decides to go out.
Stole.
Goes out but loses one wing. And they went down amazingly quick. A second yak is brave enough to go. It's a private passenger. The passenger plane goes up into the air. As they thought everything
Bank
was going
angle.
great, they got some bang, and then the fuel exploded. They were going
Bank
down,
angle.
and they were going to crash. Not if they had found an emergency landing place in time. They began to go down and hit the mountain.
bank angle. Too low, terrain too low, terrain too low, terrain too low, terrain too low,
The
terrain
plane
too low,
crashed, and there was
terrain too low.
unfortunately no survivors. Not even the pilot survived. Because there was no time to get their oxygen masks, because it happened way too quick, and it just not any time. Now the Concorde. It was about to take off when suddenly one of the engines took off. But it was too late. The Concorde had already leapt up into the skies.
Bank angle,
They began getting
Bank
some
angle.
heavy banks
bank angle,
and began to go down. They could not do an emergency landing because the left engine, for some reason, had malfunctioned and blew up. The Concorde was not doing well at all.
bank angle,
Then one of the fuel exploded.
sink rate,
And now they
pull
had a
up,
tail problem.
too low, terrain too low, terrain too, bank angle,
Sink rate.
bank angle,
Pull up. Sink rate. Pull up.
Bank angle.
Sink rate. Pull up.
And there
Sink
was
rate.
survivors. No pilots survived. C-17 crashes in lake. In ocean. Sorry. Never mind, wrong one, wrong one. Never mind, this one failed to take off. So it ended up crashing. One of the worst crashes in all New Amity. Never mind, we're doing it in a different spot. Okay, so cargo. Going for the goose this time. The goose crashes in a lake. Ocean. So it starts taking off. Passing over islands and all sort of stuff. And it gets some wind deploys and problems. And now it only has one engine.
Bank angle.
That sets on fire and it can close power. It drops into the water. I could not pull up.
Bank angle.
No, there was only one person survived here. The other pilot completely died. Most of the debris had immediately just gone, and it just could not come back. It just was gone for eternity. Like, it was just gone. Like, that happened most of the time. There was lots of passenger seats. Finally, all passengers board. Now they can take off. Take off and immediately going. Their destination is Volcano Island. Well, that's what they think so. They cannot find the airport and they become lost.
Bank angle.
Not long after, they start getting some banks.
Sink rate. Pull up. Sink.
Bank angle.
Now
Bank
they have
angle.
no engines. And they immediately dip down. But that's it for this video.
Rate.
So,
Pull
Too low.
up.
Terrain.